Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Frank with Synergy Training. Have a video update for you guys for the first time in quite a while. Wanted to start just giving some training vlogs for my off season right now. Currently, I don't really have any meets planned coming up. Hoping to do one around April or so. So about 4 months time frame is what I'm looking for. I really only competed once this year, and that was in April of 2016. I ended up doing like a mock meet in the beginning of October, but that was really it. No other real competitions for me this year. So right now, just a quick update, body weight wise, I'm probably around like 190 pounds. I haven't really been weighing myself too much lately, just trying to like gain weight slowly, which I can usually do just by tracking my nutrition and based on how I feel and how I look in the mirror. So probably around that body weight. Last competition I competed at 183 pounds or 83 kilos, so I'm a little bit above that right now. Not really sure what weight class I'm going to be competing in the future, but right now just feeling good where I'm at, slowly gaining weight to add some muscle and strength. So right here, these are just warm-ups. This is my first time incorporating low bar squats for training blocks. So I just was coming off of a super high volume block before this. It was about an 8-week block where I worked up to about 20 plus sets for squat, bench, and deadlift each. So pretty high volume for me, and definitely needed to take a deload. So that's what this kind of is right here, kind of just like a transition deload week where I'm gonna incorporate a couple new variations, or I guess actually squats are my only new variation. I was doing pause squats for a while. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen a lot of that training footage. So I was doing pause squats, did those for about 8 weeks. So I'm gonna swap those out for these low bar squats. Just kind of playing around with the position on my back. It's probably not like super low bar compared to where other people might place the bar, but for me it's definitely lower than sitting on the top of my traps, which has been my competition style squat for ever since I started competing in powerlifting. So gonna try these out at least as a variation. I think they'll have some good carryover to my deadlift, and possibly as a new competition style squat, depending on how they go. So I started off fairly light. I think that was my last warm-up set. So here's my first working set. I went with just 3 sets of 5 with 75%. So normally I would, if I was using my training max, I would probably do sets of 5 with around 80%. So a little bit more conservative there. This percentage is based off of my competition style squat. So probably a little bit weaker, at least right now, with this movement. So just wanted to start off a little bit conservative. Also, like I said, this is a deload week, so I was pretty fatigued just going into this workout. So I think I'll make some progress pretty quickly with these, and we'll see where I end up. So from the side, I think these look pretty good. My bar path looks decent. This is my first set, like I said, so still trying to kind of get used to the movement. Decided to keep my Addy powers on. Sometimes changing bar position can throw off your bar path if you are using like different heel heights or anything like that. So I'm probably going to try to use the Addy powers and then just some flat shoes, and then maybe also like something in between, like the Adidas Power Lifts, which are I think about a half inch heel versus 3/4 of an inch with the Addy powers. So this is just another view. This gives you a better idea of bar placement, and I think these look pretty good from this angle at least. Not using knee sleeves here. I haven't really trained with knee sleeves in a while, pretty much since it started getting colder out and I started wearing sweatpants to the gym. I'm just too lazy to try to squeeze them underneath my sweatpants, so I haven't really been training with them for a while. And I do think they make a decent difference in my squat. The loads definitely feel a little bit heavier than they would have had I been wearing my knee sleeves. So I think I'll get some benefit from training sleeveless. But once I get closer to a competition, I'll definitely start using them again just to keep things a little bit more specific. So this is my last set here. Just got a front angle. Tried to get a few different views. This angle you can kind of see my stance with my how my knees track over my toes. So overall, felt good. I was kind of nervous that I would be very sore from these, from the low bar, especially like my low back, since it's your torso tends to be a little bit more bent over versus high bar. Obviously, you're a little bit more upright, so it's less toll on your low back. I was a little bit sore, but I think it was smart that I kind of took it a little more conservative on my first day doing these. And plus, like I said, kind of using this as a deload week. So I think for next week, I'm going to up the volume and intensity a little bit and see how things go from there. So I'm squatting twice a week currently. I'm going to keep these in one day, and then on my second squat day of the week, I'm going to keep my high bar competition squat. And then, like I said, we'll see how things go over the next few weeks and see if I think that I'll be stronger with low bar versus high bar. So this is the same day. This is bench press. Right now I'm kind of on a 4-day push-pull split. So this is like a push day for me. I do squats and accessories for the squat, and then bench and those accessories. And then my pull day is deadlifts and then hamstrings, glutes, back, biceps. So here is bench press. I've also been changing things up just a little bit, working on moving my grip out. During my last competition, I was basically one finger width inside of the rings. So right now I've moved it out to my ring finger on the ring. So basically moved it about 2 finger widths out. So I think that will also help me. I'm about 6 feet tall. I have longer arms, so decreasing the range of motion should help as long as I could still use my chest and everything effectively. So going to try to stick with these for a while. 4x5 with 80% wasn't bad. I think I hit 80% for 6s the week before, so it was fairly easy. Going to just work a little bit more on bench press grip. So I'm going to do those twice per week, different intensities and volumes though. So this was the following day. This was deadlifts. Been doing pause deadlifts for a while now, ever since I started my last block. So this is like week 9 of doing them. I've gotten fairly strong on them, at least since when I started. So today things didn't feel too great. Like I said, coming off probably my highest total volume week ever the week before. So pretty fatigued even after a few days off still. So super light here, low volume, 3x5 with 75%. The load for this was probably a little heavy. I think I hit an RPE a little bit higher than I wanted to. But with the volume overall being lower, I think it'll still allow for some good recovery. My grip was slipping pretty badly on these. I don't know if you could tell on this last rep here on my left hand, the bar was kind of just falling out of my hand. I think it was a little bit humid in the gym on this day, and the bar wasn't gripping too well. This isn't like any power bar or anything. This is just a regular barbell that we have in the gym, so the knurling isn't that great. But the weather that we've had been crazy these past couple days. It was like 20-something degrees on Saturday and then almost 60 on Sunday. So I think the humidity in the gym was a little bit off and messing with my grip. So I decided to use wraps. This is my third set. So I showed you my first set and now my third. I decided to put wraps on. Still using the over-under grip even though I'm using wrist straps. And that just puts my back in a better position. I find when I do double overhand with straps, it just throws me off because I'm not used to doing that. I very rarely will use straps, so it just feels really weird and puts me in an awkward position. So it's pretty easy with these Versa grips to still do the over-under grip. So this was My second training day of the week, I have another day where I'll hit deadlifts competition style without a pause. I did do some accessory work on both of these days, which I didn't film. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I could try to, but it's pretty boring compared to the main work, in my opinion. So I'll definitely get some more training footage, hopefully moving forward. Let me know what you guys want to see in this series. If you guys want to leave some questions down below, I could do like a Q&A each session with whatever questions I get from the previous video. So if you have anything you want me to talk about, feel free to leave that below and I'll touch on it in the next video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.